welcome on the Hands-On Time. My name is Mal and I'm doing watches review for you. So the topic of today is about this brand, the Orient Watch Company. So the Orient Watch Company is active since 1901, if I remember correctly. They were making pocket watches. Since then, in the 50s, they were making wrist watches, and they have been bought by the Epson, the Seiko Epson company. They were interested in 2009, and they were fully integrated in 2017. So yeah, today the Orient Watch Company is a Seiko company. But that being said, they are fully independent. And they are doing, things differently than Seiko. So they still have their independency. Okay, so I guess that's it for the history. The cost. How much did I pay for this this beautiful diver called the Orient Mako 2? Okay, I paid only 120 euros. Believe it or not. 120 euros for a 200 meters diver watch with a Pepsi bezel, a beautiful diver. Yeah, really 120 euros. I mean, it's nothing for what it is. This watch looks like it cost I don't know, 500 or maybe 600 or maybe 1,000, you know. The specs. What are the specs of this watch? Well, mineral crystal, probably something similar of what you could find, on the Seiko, the Harlex, from Seiko. Similar here. A date complication, okay. A bezel with 120 clicks, unidirectional. What else can I say? Stainless steel, full. All the watch is made of 316L stainless steel, okay. Screwed down crown. The crown is screwed down, signed. What else can I say? 200 meters of water resistance. Did I said it? Have I said it? Sorry. The clasp is signed. As you can see, it's sort of push pin type of clasp. Really simple. The back of the watch is made of hard stainless steel, and you have some, type of decoration here. Orient automatic from Epson, the company. The actual company. What else can I say? The movement. The movement is the excellent F6922 hackable movement. Okay, the movement is hackable, and you have a power reserve of 40 hours of power reserve in this watch. So yeah, awesome watch, awesome watch. 13 millimeters of thickness. Have I said it's 13 millimeters of thickness? Stands beautifully on the wrist. Wonderful specs. I mean, what else could we ask for 120 euros? It's crazy what you're getting. The good and the bad. What's bad? What's good about this watch? It's pretty simple. Everything's good about this watch, except for two things. First, it is this part. This part looks a little industrial to me, but this is a small detail. But everybody, not me, but everybody else, on every review I saw of this watch is complaining about the bezel. Okay, the bezel is too stiff to operate. So personally, I love that bezel, and I love to have a stiff bezel, and I'm going to explain to you why. Because when you have a stiff bezel, when you receive the watch, the more you will use it, the more it will become loose, So having a bezel that is too easy to operate, the too easy to operate bezel will become too loose, with time. But that one will become, easier to operate with time, and the level of looseness will be acceptable. So I'm not complaining about the bezel. As you can see, it's not that hard to operate. Come on, and I love this bezel. I love the stiffness of the bezel. I'm not complaining about it. No back play at all. Perfectly aligned, beautiful. So what else is bad about this watch? Well, nothing else. Nothing is bad about this watch. Everything for what you're paying. The value of this watch is incredible. Another thing that I want to point is the fact that this watch looks like another watch. This watch looks like the Rolex Explorer. Nobody talks about it, but it looks like the Rolex Explorer. If you see the applied indices at the 12, the 9 and the 6, and if you move the 12 you know, exchange it for the 3rd, you have the 9, the 6 and the 3 o'clock position. This is a Rolex Explorer dial, you know, it's the same. Except then they choose to put a day-date window instead and put the 3rd at the 12. But it really looks like the Rolex Explorer, like the Orient Ray 2, which is exactly the same watch. I mean, the same movement, everything's the same except for the dial. You know, that one looks like the Rolex Explorer, and the Orient Ray 2 looks like the Rolex Submariner. This package is really complete. You have a diver that looks like an Explorer with a day date. It's crazy. And I choose the Pepsi one, the Pepsi bezel one, but you also have a blue and a black one. I mean, for the price, this is a complete package. You know, this could be your only watch. So that's something I really truly like. It's the resemblance with the Rolex Explorer. What else I do like about this watch is the made in Japan origin. Okay, my watch is made in Japan. So you are going to tell me now, what the heck are you talking about? Everything that comes out of the Orient factories are made in Japan. Well, no. My watch is a made in Japan watch, but other watches, the movement is made in Japan. Okay, it's an in-house movement from Japan that is taking to Hong Kong, and some Orient officials are, they are making the chaperones for Chinese people assembling those watches. They are assembled in Hong Kong. Okay, so this is a made in Japan Orient, but you have Chinese assembled watches that are being assembled with in-house movement from Japan, yes, but by Hong Kongese, and Orient official are supervising them. I saw a review of this watch, and from a guy, a dude that had the watch, and his watch was from Hong Kong, assembled in Hong Kong, and he had a hair on the second hand, not a human hair, but I think the hair of the brush of the pencil that he was using to apply that the factory was using to apply the red color on the second hand. And yes, there was a hair here. So I don't know, I'm not saying that I'm never going to buy something that comes from Hong Kong. Certainly not. The Hong Kong assembled Orient watches are wonderful. Okay, I'm not saying anything against them, but you need to know that there is a difference. That one is a Japanese, completely assembled in Japan Orient watch. So if you want to know if your watch is from Japan, it's easy. You go and see, look at the back, and you will have here, look, made in Japan. That one is truly made in Japan. Trying to focus here for you, really hard, sorry. Whoa, I lost it, but trust me, there is a made in Japan connotation here, you see? There you go, made in Japan, okay? And you also have, I think, on the downside of the dial, a Japan something. Okay, but trust me on that, there is a difference, you have the Japanese one and you have the Hong Kongese assembled one. So that's a good thing about that one, because my copy is coming from Japan, and I always love, things that are directly coming from Japan. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it for the good and the bad. How do I wear this watch? This watch could be worn with anything: suit, casual chic, casual, everything. This watch could be your only watch. It's a wonderful watch. It's comparable to the Seiko 5, except it's better because you can hand wind it. The caliber inside is way better than a Seiko 5, and it's versatile as crazy. I mean, you can wear this watch with suit, casual, chic, casual, anything. Easy answer. And there you go for the wrist shot. So my wrist is a 17 centimeter of circumference, 17 centimeters, sometimes 16.5. I mean, it depends of what I've ate before. So as you can see, it embraced the wrist absolutely fine, beautiful. This watch could like go on many sizes of wrists. Maybe I think 15.5 centimeter of a circumference minimum. Mine is 17 or 16.5, and as you can see, it's beautiful. The sides, I'm trying to film the sides for you, and as you can see, it's really nice because it's 13 millimeter of thickness, but it doesn't look 13. It looks like 12, like the L'Oreal. It's beautiful, really easy to wear with anything. And there you go for the Lume. So as you can see, the Lume is crazy good. It's comparable to Seiko, you know. The Lume from Seiko is really good. The Lume from Orient is really good. As you can see on the hand and the Lume pip, there's a lot of Lume applied. A little less on the indices and on the 12, 9 and 6 applied indices, but still beautiful Lume, really powerful, and absolutely usable and beautiful. So I think that would be it for the Lume. Okay guys, let's take a moment. I'm trying to zoom here for you. As you can see, the sunburst on this watch is magnificent. You have chrome around the applied indices, like the Rolex Explorer. I'll try and zoom it for you. Really hard. I'm not experiencing a lot of light today. Okay. The window, beautifully executed. The window, the day-date window. The beautiful sword-like, you know, hours, minute hand. They're looking like beautiful swords. The arrow on the second hand, the Pepsi bezel, looks like a beautiful aluminum. The sign crown, the beautiful curved lug-to-lug width that will help to fit, you know, any type of wrist. It's a really beautiful watch, honestly. I'm gonna show you the back just one more time, if I can, with the light I have. I'm sorry again. Okay, beautiful, you know, stainless steel back, helps with the 200 meters of water resistance. Okay, and the made in Japan connotation. I think that now you see it. Okay, if you don't have it on your copy, it means it's assembled in Hong Kong, which is you know, a small detail. I'm sure the Hong Kong Orient watches are wonderful. Maybe I will even buy one day, but it's better when it comes from Japan. So my final thoughts, what are they? Well, buy yourself a Mako 2, you know. If you want something that looks like an Explorer with you know, 200 meters of water resistance, which the Explorer does not have, you know, buy yourself a Mako 2. If you want something that looks like a Rolex Submariner, buy yourself an Orient Ray 2, okay, which is exactly the same watch but with a different dial that looks like the Rolex Submariner. So beautiful watch from Orient. I love this brand. It's wonderful. What everybody is saying about Orient is true. You have a crazy value for a little money, and these watches, except for Seagull, are way better than the Chinese, you know, the Chinese homages that you would find, you know, on the market, like Bridger, Courgette, San Martin, etc. You have heritage, you know, you have history, you have craftsmanship. Really, Orient is wonderful. Okay, so make yourself a treat. It's not expensive, 120 euros on Creation watches. On Creation watches, you can see if it's made in Japan or not. Okay, so try to make the difference. So if you want a made in Japan one on Creation watches, they are telling you, you know, in the description, if it's a made in Japan or something else. Okay. So like, subscribe, comment, help us, YouTubers to grow, because this is really time consuming and we are doing it for you for free. So it's free to subscribe, so subscribe, it help us help you, Okay, so see you in the next one, and take care of you, be well, and stay healthy.